Hey everyone, I'm going to be doing a poetry reading this evening. Probably just a couple selected poems from my most recently published book. It's indie published, it's available on Amazon. It is called Message in a Bottle by Seth Mathews. That's me. I haven't really done one of these poetry readings like this ever before. I think it might be a little more easier if I was drinking. Maybe the words might come out a little easier, but we'll see what I can do here. Anyways, this is titled Quandary Not Due to the Ambiance. Enjoying a drag of smoke from his cigarette, he caught my eye in the city as the clouds bathed the streets in darkness and silence. A whisper of a passing car did not stir this man as he began to curtail his cigarette one drag at a time. His whiskers stood straight and gray with strands of marble white, his hat stained with sweat and the sweet smell of coffee grinds. He wore shades in the shade, and he stood sentry to a business he frequented, drinking their selection of local slosh, whiskey with a pretty price. He had few friends, it would seem, besides the proprietor, clad in dark jasmine green and black. They started to share a smoke, curtailing their shared cigarette, one drag at a time, and the cloud, it moved on as it always has, and the graybeard, smoking his last cigarette, stood perennial, a figure in the shade and a phantom in the light. All right, number 2 for the night. This one is titled Still in Bloom. Hummingbirds and cherry blossoms. The floral color of pink attracts the bugs, birds, and eyes, as they do the heart, soul, and mind. Too pleasant to touch, in fear a petal may drop. I sit back and watch the blossoms as wind threatens their beauty, and the sun dares to shrivel, mar, and still their life. Each winter I wait for spring and the hummingbirds and the cherry blossoms to bloom, fall prey to nature and gently wither away. Number 3. Freedom and flight. We see the birds take to the wind, soar and glide, lose themselves in their flight and spread of wings. They move with grace and uncanny elegance to those of us who sit and walk and watch, wishing for true freedom, for flight, for an escape. We try to find it on ground with gravity as our anchor, be it drugs or alcohol or whatever else lifts you. The birds have it good. They know flight and survival, like few men do of this era. I find that my dog is quite fascinated as well with the birds. I feel anguish as I see her crippled by her genetics, looking at the birds who dance the sky. This one is titled The Blind Are Not Blind, and it's a short one. With writing, the blind can see the world and live through another's sight. And with that being said, I think writing is pretty amazing. Dark to light to dark again. As the clouds billowed over the mountains and a flash of lightning emerged, igniting the field of my vision, and the thunder rattled my heart like a bird trapped for weeks without food inside my chest, clawing at my ribcage and walloping my heart. The surreal sun was the taste of adrenaline, like pure death and pure life and pure pandemonium. It created an uproar, a clamor. Beasts of the night escaped from shadows, my eyes set ablaze by the spear of light thrust down from the gods above, enabling me the clear sight to indulge on a storm of ravens massing in the hundreds, with black wings like fangs of death cutting through the provided ribbons of light, shredding the light back to morbid darkness. It all fell as quickly as it had commenced, as the blinding rage of the sky's golden blade died again, and was consumed by the ominous, overpowering tide of darkness in the valley. And I closed my eyes and saw it still. I saw the ravens and the light melding as one, and as quickly as it had all started, it collapsed. The true victor was not the light nor the dark, but the eyes of the man who witnessed it all and captured the tale, painted it down on paper with ink as black as his veins. A writer's veins are composed of ink, insight, love, triumph, and tragedy, and this poem here is a testament to the light, to the dark, harsh reality of this world, and to the lifeblood of a formidable writer. This next one is titled A Quality of Life I Have Yet to Share. And unfortunately, I believe this will be the last one, ladies and gentlemen, that I will read tonight. And maybe tomorrow I'll pick back up where I left off at, but this is all I'm feeling for the evening. An eternal rose for eternal beauty. I love the dark red of an aged rose, like hard crimson paint. It holds a certain vibrance in its delicate state. Funny it may be that I collect the long dead roses and frame them to enjoy their refined qualities. Who knows how long each will last, can last. It all depends. They can last for eternity, long after their physical state has deteriorated. If I can just remember, if my memory will just outlast, I could go on living forever along with the eternal beauty of those roses I seldom share but keep hidden to myself. Some people may just never appreciate them the way that I do. Well, I think that's a good place to stop for the evening and not make this a terribly long first poetry reading, but I hope everybody enjoyed it as much as I tried to, because this is not my forte, but I figured there's only a few ways to get messages spread nowadays, and the advent of social media and stuff definitely does help build a presence. So I hope that whoever watched this did enjoy it, and they'll might be excited to hear some more, and hopefully tomorrow I'll be back at it. Cheers.